Hi there, this is my world vlog and today I have 4 stories for you. Someone has been jailed in Thailand for 43 years for insulting the king and the monarchy. And there's good news for electric vehicle owners with a new battery that charges in 5 minutes. And a stolen Leonardo da Vinci painting has been recovered by the police in Naples, but the owner didn't even know that it was missing. This next story is from Egypt, where the authorities are really concerned about public morality, and number of people have been arrested for seemingly trivial offences, or outside of Egypt they may not be offences at all, and women are being targeted in this campaign. The latest victim is a pastry chef. She was arrested after making and delivering cupcakes in the shape of penises to a private party in Cairo. Apparently, the client has asked her, they have shown her photographs of, she says, genitals, so presumably male genitals too, and they have wanted exactly cupcakes to resemble those objects in the pictures as much as possible. This went viral. Once these pictures were pasted on Facebook, this went viral. What you see now is a generic image of a similar cupcake, not what she made. And next, this is what went viral on Facebook. What you see now is what got her arrested by the police, the cupcake that she made. Of course, Egypt has a somewhat notorious history of attacking pro-democracy protesters and people asking for basic rights, and things have not improved since Tahrir Square 2011. If you remember this photo, the woman in the blue bra, the famous or infamous photograph where you can see police attacking, one is actually kicking her, attacking a female protester and dragging her away, and she has been stripped of her outer garment and you can see her blue bra and denim pants. This photograph went viral all around the world, but apparently nothing has changed. Egypt continues to persecute people under various guises, especially women, under this public morality campaign. Then there's an amazing story from Italy, where police recovered a purported Leonardo da Vinci painting from a flat in Naples. It belongs to the Doma Museum collection in Naples, but the interesting thing is that the museum didn't know that it was missing for months. It has been closed down for COVID-19. This painting was sold for more than $430 million in 2017. It was reportedly bought by a private Arab collector, but its whereabouts were unknown until the museum got it for its collection. And then someone stole it. Someone stole it, but no one knew except the thief. And the police, after a diligent operation, managed to track it down and return it to the museum. Now there's some disturbing news from Thailand, where a lady called Anchan has been jailed for 43 years. Now mind you, she's already 64, and that means she'll probably die in jail. This is very sad. She's not a criminal, she's a civil servant, and she is about to retire, one more year to go, and she says she has lost not just her job but also her pension. And this is terrible, and a purported crime is to insult the Thai monarchy. Now that's a very sensitive institution protected by what might call draconian laws. Under these draconian anti-defamation laws, people can be arrested and charged and jailed up to 15 years for seemingly trivial offences. For example, now there is also a parallel to this big pro-democracy movement in Thailand. It has been gathering momentum. Authorities have taken steps to curb it, and using anti-COVID-19 regulations also an excuse. Mass gatherings are banned, and since November there have been a severe crackdown on protesters. Dozens have been arrested, and some of these protesters are as young as 16. And they have been simply asking for more democracy, and also that the royal family be more transparent, because it has vast wealth and it is also not accountable under the constitution. So that's what they're asking for. These are valid arguments and requests, but apparently the Thai authorities and the royal family are not pleased. And this sentence, this severe sentence, originally it was 83 years, but it was pared down because she pleaded guilty. And all she did was, and she says that all she did was to post audio clips on Facebook and YouTube, and they were shared by many. So she didn't think she was doing anything wrong, but apparently the Thai authorities decided to use this as an excuse to crack down and send a very, very strong message to protesters. For things as simple as dressing in traditional dress, it is seen as mocking the Thai monarchy. People can be arrested and sent to jail. Now, we in Sri Lanka are not immune to this kind of thing. Of course, we have no royal family, but we have de facto royal families, political dynasties and monarchies right from independence. It has not changed and it's getting worse and worse. I remember that about 15 to 20 years ago, a woman minister, and she is still holding a cabinet post. She went into a school and either verbally assaulted or physically assaulted, I think it was both, a schoolgirl for making fun of her in fancy dress. And these people don't have a sense of humor. And journalists and people have disappeared for making cartoons. This is well known. So this is not a very rosy picture. Everywhere apparently, speaking of a democracy and asking for your rights is a very risky thing. No one knows who did it, but there is always, you can put two and two together. People are still good at arithmetic. So I'm glad we have still a certain amount of degree of press freedom here, and I can sit here and talk, but fingers crossed. Apart from these political dynasties and de facto royalties, we have sacred cow institutions. And perhaps I should say sacred bull, because they might be offended by the word cow. You know, it's a very macho thing. And the medical profession, the bureaucracy, and the military. These are sacred cows or sacred bulls in this country. You can't criticize. You can, but you are running risks. An Israeli company, Stordot, has developed a new lithium-ion battery that can be used in electric vehicles. It will charge very fast in 5 minutes, and it's manufactured by the Chinese company Eve Energy. But don't rush to the stores here to buy one, because only 1,000 batteries have been made. But this has been made along production lines, so this is not an experimental thing. The company aims to deliver 100 miles of charge to a car battery in 5 minutes by 2025. So that's very good news to all electric vehicle owners. What holds people back is the dread, the fear that you will get stranded on the road and you will have to wait 2 hours to get moving again. There are several other companies in this race to develop a fast charging lithium-ion battery, but this Israeli company seems to have gotten there first. But remember that there is also downside to electric vehicles and batteries. Lithium-ion is now known as white oil, and there are hardly any deposits in Europe. All non-lithium-ion deposits are in Portugal, and there are said to be some in Finland, in Austria, and in Serbia. But as of now, Europe imports its lithium-ion or white oil from China, Argentina, and Australia. And remember that there are also trade wars between the US and China and Australia and China. So there is a race or scramble to have a reliable supply of lithium-ion, and in this scramble, environmental damage is being caused. So that is the downside of white oil or lithium-ion. But apparently that is the way to go. And Europe is projected to have about 20 million electric vehicles or more by 2030. So with that, we come to the end of this week's World News blog. Hopefully I'll have more good stories for you next week. So see you soon.